Hi, my name is Rodrigo. In this video today, we're going to be discussing about the 10 hardest IT jobs to fill currently. So if you are looking for a shift in your career, or if you are new to the IT world and you want to understand how you can pursue these high demanding, high pay jobs, stay tuned because we're going to be discussing why this is happening. So if you guys enjoy this content, please hit the like button. And don't forget to subscribe and activate the notification bell so you don't miss anything in the future. Let's go! I am 100% sure that you can imagine what is the first hardest job to find in IT currently. And according to the 2021 State of CIO, they created a list with 10 of the hardest job positions to fulfill in IT today. Can you get a guess? Of course, it's cybersecurity. With 21%, cybersecurity is leading the list of hardest to fill IT jobs. And this is not new for anyone, right? We've seen that during this pandemic, the need to have more cybersecurity security professional has exploded, right? The demand. And it is because the organization now understands why it's so important to have security, a cybersecurity structure within the organization more mature than we had in the past. Now, anyone, and thank God, anyone understands how important it is to keep our data protected, how to keep our client data protected, our employees' data protected, so we don't suffer any breaches and attacks and so on. But in the second in that list is AI and machine learning. And it's not that far. With 20%, AI is the top two on that list. And of course, we also understand why this is so important. Although we've been seeing that cybersecurity has increased a lot their demands, AI have been proving themselves to be a trend, not from the short period, but also from the long period. All the implications, all the good impacts from AI, we already know, we have already discussed. And to be quite honest, I think we didn't see that improvement last year because of the pandemic. Most organizations had to focus more on how to automate their process, how to secure their data, rather than focus on trends that we have been discussing in 2018, 2019. So AI is another one very hard IT job to fulfill currently. And if you are looking to understand how you can approach this industry, please check this video right here. I'm sure you're going to enjoy this interview with Vinay. The third one is also not new for anyone. We are talking about data science and analytics, representing 90% of the employees. We understand that these people that will be able to understand the data, create the models to provide business insights, has represented something hard to find since forever. It's not easy to create this data scientist mindset to be able to understand all the technical pieces to translate into business to impact the business. This is not new, and it is still something that many organizations are struggling to find someone or a huge group that can fulfill this type of positions. In the fourth position would be a DevOps, DevSecOps, and Agile, representing 18% of the interviewers. We are talking about not only DevOps that we've been discussed for more than a decade, but now with the whole security context within DevOps, we need to talk about DevSecOps. We need to start including the Sec between the DevOps, right? So to be able to integrate all the security to create automatized pipeline in a secure manner, this is something very important, and we do have a lack of people that are facing this situation where to find someone is very hard. With 11% and 9% respectively, we are talking about cloud integrations and RPA being the top 4 and 5 in that list. When you go down to the list, we're gonna be able to find IoT with 6%. We're going to be able to find application development, enterprise architecture. All those positions are the top 10 hardest to find IT jobs in the industry currently. As you can see, most of the positions represent trends in our organizations, in our industry, showing that all the technology that represents process that can be automatized, remove this manual process, is something that all the organizations are seeking to have. We're not talking about AI and machine learning. We're not talking about cloud. When you're talking about RPAs, when you're talking about data scientists and analytics. Guys, if you are looking, as I mentioned before, if you are looking to do this shift, understand why those 10 are the hardest IT jobs to find, you'll be able to track your path and do some shifts that can lead you to a very high pay position. Of course, one variable that we cannot take out of this equation is the Great Resignation. If you want to understand more about what it is, I'm gonna leave the video right here. When you're talking about the Great Resignation, we know that many people are looking for new positions because they want a high pay job, right? They are looking to do this shift because they are seeing that the market now, the opportunities are so hot, and they are using this situation to jump to another opportunity with better benefits, with a higher salary, and many other things that everyone is taking into consideration. It's gonna be harder now to the organizations and find that qualified employees that they have been looking for. These demands will increase for sure in the short period because people are leaving the organizations to another type of positions. So Great Resignation is something that's gonna come up with even worse scenario when you're talking about this type of positions that they need to fulfill in a short period. And of course, we only talk about organizations having this hard time to find qualified employees. But what about them training their employees to be able to fill that positions in the short period? We know that many organizations are investing in universities, are investing in new people to be able to come and go to the job market and can produce as an experienced employee. But what about those employees that are already in the organization? The organizations need to understand that they need to invest to upskill their workforce to be able to fulfill their IT needs in the short period. They cannot rely only to bring people from the market, otherwise it's going to be too costly for them. We know that they need to upskill their workforce and be able to decrease the need to try and search outside of the organization. Guys, I'm gonna leave the link in the description for this report from the CIO magazine. I hope you have enjoyed. See you next week.